Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. This is season 16. It's rounds 12 and 13, and we're at Mid-Ohio. I'm Pete Bingham, and in the booth with me is Sam Boozing. Good evening.
Good evening, Pete. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, I am running woefully late, folks, so I'm literally still joining the session in iRacing. But Mid-Ohio, always a classic track for us to go to. It is something of an addiction for the likes of Tony Klusterman. It's basically his backyard. Hopefully he is racing. I won't know because I'm not even logged into the iRacing session just yet.
He's racing.
Excellent. It wouldn't be a Mid-Ohio race without him, so good that he's there. And we're going to have a look shortly at where the standings are. But I'm not going to put too much pressure on Sam just yet. I'm going to try and get my... why am I disconnected on SDK? Nobody knows. Probably because I'm down as a broadcaster, and I should be down as a commentator, and I need a better aim than that. And I need to copy broadcaster. There we go. So that'll be ready when I finally get into this session. Sessions. View the session. I'll go for one and spectate. Right, okay. Lastminute.com. That's what I am.
It's fine. As long as we're there for the race, it's the most important.
Absolutely. Right. So, let's have a look at the standings if we can, Sam.
I clicked the button. I'm trying.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm clicking the wrong button.
It's not just me, folks.
Yeah, it's fine.
Not just me.
Come on, there we go.
There we go. Right, okay. So, standings for the championship. Kenzie Newhoff is out in front by a good 100 points. There's still 3 race weeks to go, including this one. I think that's right, isn't it? Let me just double check my my knowledge. Mid-Ohio. Oh no, it's 4. Mid-Ohio, a sprint feature. Barber, sprint feature. That'll be great. CTMP, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, sprint feature. That'll also be pretty good. Wall of Death. And Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace, which is always brilliant. But yeah, Kennedy Newhoff with a 100-point lead, call it, over Simon Trendle, who is multiple champion of this series. As my iRacing has just kicked in. My graphics are excellent today. I don't know what I've done there, but they are wonderful. Right, I am going to switch though to watching what Sam is busy sharing with me. So we are, looking at Simon Trendle in second, Rich Warmingham in third. That is a very, very close battle. Only 17 points in that. David Burns just outside the top 3, but a good 200 points shy of third place. And then Bob Woodhouse hunting down David Burns, literally. And then Stacey Boyd a lot further back than that. Hopefully there's quite a few in this session. If I go up onto my top screen there and just drag that down, we've got 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 drivers tonight, which is good and healthy for a V8 race. And good to see a good spread of racing teams. Team Championship, do we have that available, Sam?
And we should.
Excellent.
It works.
So Racing Forces, 500 points or more ahead, and that's very, very healthy. So good that we can see all this at this point in the season. But look at that, second place, very close. NQR Europe hunting down XVR, then Team Chimera just behind there. That's mostly Simon Trendle contributing, I think, this season. And then everybody else. Do we have a Safe Driver Award? That'd be good to see.
I don't have that one. No.
Oh, right, okay. Let me have a look, and I shall talk it out for you. Standings, Safe Driver Award. So, Jeff Saunders, top of the pile. He's done enough races, so he's way up there. With Rowley Wallbanks, can't remember. In second place, very, very close in there. Have a look on the website if you want to see all these things, folks. Simon Trendle, not only fast, and Rich Warmingham, not only fast, but in the top 5, third and fourth respectively. Both have done 3,511 turns in total, and they have 19 and 22 incidents respectively. So that one is a very, very tense situation. And then in the Forever Forward Award, Vincent Skillbeck, Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award, Vincent Skillbeck is leading the way by a massive amount, 57 passes. And then Jeff Saunders in second, Rich Jameson in third, and they're on 43 and 42 respectively. So Vincent Skillbeck is the one to beat, or one to catch up with first. So that's the standings as we see it. It's going to be a very this track always brings something out of the woodwork. I would say as we watch Stacey going round. I've got the right paints on this time as well. And he's in the Nova Simsport livery there. That is really quite stand out, isn't it, Sam? That's a really nice paint. You would easily see. It's a lot of chrome, but you would easily see that in the Supercars series in real life.
Yes.
That's well up there. At the minute, he's in 13th. Simon Trendle is the car that's like ticking over the top spot at the moment. We're looking at Stephen Phillips, but this is your race leader. Your provisional pole man, carrying the 1 number, and his number's in yellow, as is the underline under his name in the windscreen banner. And that means not only that he is a previous champion of this series, but carrying that number 1, he is the current reigning champion of this series, and is trying to defend it. And at the moment, this series, he's got quite a lot of pressure, and he's got to get on terms with this boy. This is who leads the championship. Again, yellow number. Kenzie, a real force to be reckoned with in this car, Sam. He's... most cars actually, he's mega fast in, isn't he? Especially when the traction's at the rear of the car. He's very much a rear-wheel drive racer, isn't he?
Yeah, he only drives race car, not thing with wheel at the front. I don't know why they do that still, but I'm just joking. Sorry, TCS fans. I'm sorry, mea culpa. It's just a little bit of banter between the actually rear-wheel drive guys and the front-wheel drive guys. It's good in everything. So is Simon, to be honest. I don't see Simon being bad in anything.
No.
Maybe he's bad at being bad. That's maybe the thing.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Let me make that full. There we go. That's better. Now I can see it properly. And then, on track at least, Mr. Swayze here. What is the 1050 on his car? What's that about?
I don't know, but he changed his paint. It was white before, and now it's red.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah,
I do like the look of it, honestly.
Okay, yeah, well, I do. Yeah, it again stands out. What does that say? Big hot something or other on the right rear quarter. Oh, and on the left rear quarter panel. Oh, hang on. I need to go and have a look at the website here because he's probably registered his team entry list. Where is he? Just seeing his name goes straight past my eyes. Why is it not there though? Odd. Oh well. But yes. I'm gonna go into the background actually. That's easier. Drivers 16 search.
Nice to see Eduardo's back again.
Yeah, very good.
I don't know if you catch up with last race, but I think it was Tyler in the booth with me, and it was Eduardo's first race, and he started the feature race at the front, and he had a hard time honestly. But nice to see him back, sticking with it. That's all you make progress in this league.
So. Yeah, he got mobbed, didn't he, last time?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that he gets that experience, because, how else do you learn this car? You can't otherwise. This car is a beast. It's untamed, as Vincent Skilbeck is no stranger to this vehicle. He races in Scops. Or used to. I think he still does. That is a paint that really, really has had lots of time spent on it. It's lovely. That again, another metallic one as we see someone spear off the course, which is easily done in this car. Rear spool differential and get on the gas too quickly. If that thing's not turning at the right rate for the rear wheels, you will exit stage left or right, and it's really not that bothered which way you go. Either will do. That's pretty much a good description, isn't it, Sam? You know. There's no warning comes from it. It's just you're off. Bye. My limited experience of this car, though, is it's much more forgiving with that sort of scenario than the old one used to be. This one is recoverable. You just need to... Well, I don't know what you need to do. My tactic was to get out of the gas, correct the steering as best I could. It won't take you all the way around necessarily if you are a good boy. And it pats you on the head as you do that. But... you know, this one has its own challenges. This one I found more difficult on the turning, finding that sweet spot, but that was just probably because I've not driven the car as much as these guys have. As we go back to watching Monsieur Trendell, we should go on board with one of these cars, shouldn't we? And then we can see what a lap round here looks like. Here we go. So over the stripe we go, folks. Look at that. It's a wild stallion that he's trying to tame it. Into turn one, drop a gear. You'll probably want to stay in fourth for this corner. Yeah, because this car doesn't like being in too high a gear, too low a gear, I should say. Up here into spoon. Heavy braking uphill slightly. And then hold the inside here. Don't drift out. You lose so much time. Square off the corner. On the gas only when you're pointing in the right direction in this new version of this car. Down this not straight, you got a kink here, and then you're coming into what's this one called? Something Beach, China Beach. There we go. I remembered it eventually. Through these S's here, the car wants to spin round on you. The back end wants to be at the front through all of this section. As we come down here, it's not Thunder Valley. This is it. Yes, it is Thunder Valley, I think. We turn left. No, we don't. We park it because he wasn't happy with the lap. Let's find somebody else who's close by. Here we are. Now on board with Tony Klusterman. This should be a perfect lap. He loves this place. Down again through where Simon parked it a minute ago. Just on the right here. In through Thunder Valley now. Very tentative on that gas. Don't want to spin those rears up at all. Careful on the brakes. Third gear through here, is it? Yep. Used to be second gear in the old cars as far as I know. And then through these last few sweeping turns, I think this one coming up in a second is another carousel. Every American track's got one, folks. Here we are. This will be second gear. I don't think he'll see first gear. The traction won't be there. Oh, third gear, right. That's me educated. And then on the gas, fight the steering, fight the rear wheels, and then over the stripe and see if you improve. And on that occasion, he did not. But every lap is experience in this car. There's a car on the right there, fully demolished. It was an NQR car of some sort. I'm not sure who it was, as we watch Kenzie trying to better his lap. I've not got SDK in view, and my third screen is out of my sight, so I'm not going to be looking at that at all. But again, Vincent doing quicker personal sectors as everybody starts to leave the track. The reason they're leaving the track, well, Vincent's leaving the track to practice his pit entry, because that's going to be an important feature of the second race, the feature race tonight, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. As we watch Ryan going back round again, trying to better his lap. Yeah, I don't think he's going to manage it because this is a heat race, so after the 15 minutes are up, which is now, it will kick us all out. And we will go to grid. Dun, 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 dun. And we are in the racing session now. Cars will start joining the grid. Hopefully we will have an extension to gridding.
Yeah, we have two extension.
Cool.
As we both did it.
Ah, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's fine.
So, did I do that? I didn't do that, did I? I didn't press anything, though. That was impressive. So Simon Trendle will lead us away for this sprint race. No pit stop needed, 45% tank of fuel. That's more than enough to get round. So he will lead us away. Kenzie Newhoff will go off on the front row next to him. That is a tidy battle, folks. That's going to be a great one to watch. David Burns goes off in third. Fourth will be Bob Woodhouse. Fifth will be Stacey Boyd with Ryan Swayze in sixth. Seventh will be Stephen Phillips. Ant Woodward will go off 8th. Bram Dubois off 9th. Rich Warmingham will go off 10th, with Tony going off 11th. I'm surprised he's not higher up, but he's had challenges along the route. So Yao Valverde will go off in 12th place. 13th will be Greg Carr with Tyler Newitt. Not in the booth tonight. He was doing what he does very, very best. Goes on racing from 14th. 15th is Jamie Wilson. Rob Venn off 16th. Cameron made my eyes go funny then. 17th is Eduardo Lorente that we mentioned earlier. Miko Kuitinen off 18th. 19th will be Vincent Skilbeck. Arnulf Kohler off 20th. And Jeff Saunders will take away the 21st slot. We now wait for Kenzie to join the field. I don't know whether this is a tactic like Sam Blease does in the TCRs. Leave it to the very last second and keep the tyres as hot as possible. Tyre heat in this car is essential. It has a sweet spot. That's the best way to describe it. There's no better way to describe it. Anything above or below that temperature will result in a variety of different disasters. So best is you get it right. Right, here we go. All cars are on the grid. When the lights go out, we will be racing. There we go. Everybody apart from the car at the back got away. The car at the back just took its time rolling. And into turn 1 we go. Good amount of care required in these early stages as everybody finds their little area of track. Look at that, what a view as we head into Spoon for the first time. Yeah, I knew I got that wrong. It's Keyhole. Oh, Vincent's gone. Right, we need to have a look and see what happened to Vincent there, because he was sideways and sliding at China Beach. I'm sure we saw it live, but I was busy trying to figure out which name of corner I got wrong.
That's why you went silent for a minute.
Yeah. So Vincent not lost too much ground, to be fair, but it'd be interesting to see how he ended up like that. He was such an experienced racer. As we watch Eduardo coming through. Arnulf buried underneath him. Back to the front here, and we are as we were. Simon Trendle leads from Kenzie, and then David Burns. Bob Woodhouse, a little bit of a gap ahead of him now, in 4th place. These top 3 getting very close together. Kenzie right on the boot lid there of Simon going through Keyhole. And side by side here for Ant Woodward and Rich.
I'm a bit surprised to see Rich in 10th position, fighting for 9.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be there that long. Might be no practice as Vincent goes through on Jeff and takes that 20th position on his now recovery drive. Did his loss of control actually create an incident? I'd love to see how he got out of shape.
Let's go watch that back now. I think I've settled on a little bit.
Yeah. So he was on the inside of Jamie. And then heavy into the braking zone. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, no. Ah, right, okay, so Tyler, or Rob,
That's
Rob, I think.
Then. Yeah, that's Rob.
Came across the front of him. Well, he didn't. His brakes locked up, didn't they? And it spat him across. Here we go again. Another quick look at this. So under braking, yeah, under braking he's
That's weird.
switched. It is weird. I've seen it before though. So Vincent will no doubt feel aggrieved. Let's have a look at this. We're going to see a big switch as soon as Tyler's on the brakes, moves right. But Rob, oh no, Rob moved left, moved right. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Rob overshot and didn't see Vincent.
I think he was.
Inside.
I think he was probably trying to avoid his own teammate there. I think he thought I'm going to sail straight into the back of him. Went to the right to try and avoid, and hadn't realised that Vincent was approaching at a rate of knots. Another exchange here between Ant Woodward and Rich Warmingham. So this is not going away for Rich Warmingham. He's not being allowed to retain this position easily. I need to change my screens around.
You're really prepared today. I'm impressed.
Terrible. Yeah.
This is looking like a proper BSTV broadcast for once. There's no specialists in the booth. Well, I was prepared, so I don't know. It's not a full. Yeah. No, nobody. Maybe the viewers, but we're not doing that for the viewers. We're doing that for ourselves,
no way.
Right?
Absolutely. You're right. Right, on board with Tyler. Oh, a bit twitchy, leaving turn one. I'm gonna go and see if anybody's talking to us.
So good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
really
you've got one fan in the chat, but it's
one.
So it doesn't count.
Oh, he's on chat. Oh yeah, Pete's back. I always knew I liked Ant Woodward. All right then. If you are watching, and there are a few of you watching actually, give us a like on YouTube. It does help us, believe it or not. Oh, I got someone's firing love hearts at me. They're gonna have a few back. There we go. A few of them.
That was me.
A few smiley faces. Oh, is it you? All right, okay. Shocked faces. We'll do the 100% as well. Right, okay. I think I won that one in the end. Right, okay. So Tyler here in quite a heated exchange. He's got Tony in front of him. I thought Tony would be further up, but he's probably getting back used to driving this car. That a bit smaller. There we go. Yao Valverde behind Ant Woodward. I'm giving him a bit of pressure now as we turn to the Tony Kloosterman Tyler Newitt battle. Tyler having a look. That's not an overtaking place normally going into turn one, and Tony will be wise to that. There's no way you're going to do it through there. You'd have to have a huge amount of overspeed to achieve that. But it is distracting, isn't it, Sam? When someone pops into your right-hand wing mirror and you think, or left-hand wing mirror, and you think, oh, really? Are they going to try that?
Yeah, I think it's more to destabilize the guy going to turn two than actually making him move to turn one, because there's no way you can. There's the pit road, the pit exit on the left, and you have to really get the car on the curb that separates the track and the curb, and there's nothing you can do when you're behind. You just have to follow the guy in front, especially with big cars. Yeah,
Yao Valverde there, side by side with Ant Woodward for about a third of a lap, giving each other room, just like we are doing here. This is Jamie and Tyler.
No, it's
like Rob and Tyler. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
They both have a 7 in the car, and the one at 7 looked pretty similar.
Honestly,
I know.
I honestly thought it was 77. So
Nikolai missing the race because of the clock change. That's.
Oh no! Really?
That's not a good excuse.
No.
What it is, in fact.
It's a shame actually that he's not in it, because it's great having a Nikolai in our leagues. There's a few new sign-ups this week. I'm trying to see if any of them are in here, but
I don't think
they
are
not. No. I gave them all their invites and everything. Kenzie having a real good long. Oh, he's done it. He's put.
That's Vincent. But yeah.
Sorry, who did I say?
Kenzie.
Oh, Vincent even getting through there on Eduardo Lorente.
These five are really fighting each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice move from Zhao. He tried this a minute ago. It didn't quite work for him, and it's not worked for him that time either. But the idea is good. And behind, oh, that's Tyler getting a bit of a tag there. From Tony, I think that is. Yeah, these two are having a real ding-dong battle here. This is good.
Oh, good exit from Tyler, but there's
Oh,
no
that's
way
lovely.
to go.
No, we literally stared into the boot of the Mustang in front of us.
That's the best real-looking car.
I think you're biased. You own one of these.
I'm not. It's not because I have one in
You
my
are.
garage that I'm biased. It's not even the same version.
You probably sleep in the garage with your Mustang.
No, but I sleep in the keys. Oh,
Tony's
wide.
gone. Tony's gone really wide, but that
But
might
gathered
be
it well.
okay. Yeah, he caught it back really well. Tyler's going to push this. Oh, and probably pushed
Contact
it a
side
little
by
bit
side.
too much. Yeah, that's going to not work out well for Tyler.
He might have a good exit on this one and
Yeah,
have more speed at the end of the straight, though. But he's
Yeah.
on the outside.
Yeah, this shouldn't end well for Tyler. Tony's gone for the more direct route instead of holding Tyler, hanging him out to dry. And Tony early on the brakes, careful on the brakes. Tyler sweeps across the front. That's a really nice overtake. Oh, and whoa,
someone's
this
off.
is going to be bad.
That's
Who is
Ant.
that? It's Ant Woodward. Why is he there? Right, we're going to have to go and find out what happened to Ant. As
Yeah, we're
Tyler
gonna watch
squeezes through. Opportunistic. Very nice. Very nice.
No, teammate battles. It's teammate and teammate.
Yeah, Rob Venn's on the back of this now, and Jamie Wilson's there to mop up the tears when it all falls apart. Tony with a massive amount of wheel spin. Have you got what happened to... Tony. Oh, no, that's...
I think
Ant
Tony
getting
let
out of
Ant
Tony's way.
through, but...
Yeah.
No.
And everybody's right. Everybody's right.
Geez.
Look at Jamie go. Go on, Jamie.
The three of them
Oh,
are
they're all
track.
queuing up. Yeah.
No, Vincent is looking at this going, boys.
Yeah,
This is a
Vincent
rough
wants a bit of that. He got on the gas a bit too quick there, and the car was a bit of a buckaroo underneath him.
Right.
But everybody's
Things are
interested in these positions. Right, okay.
So that is
Right,
Ant.
so, yeah, all on his own. Has he just sailed it into China Beach?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Unusual. Okay.
Okay, let's go back live because this is going on again.
Ah, here we go.
And together.
Okay, so the outside line here going into China Beach can be good.
It is good because you're then on the inside.
Yeah, and this is the more important corner. This one here, it's so much sharper. If you can get just a little bit of extra drive, you're already ahead, and you can cut across the front of the car. Ant didn't cut across necessarily, but he did exactly what I was describing. As Stephen Phillips here. This is far further up the grid, or the standings rather. So that's Stacey in front of him in that wonderfully liveried Nova Motorsports car. This is Dashhound Racing DHR.
Honestly, I like the dash on the racing car as well.
I do, yes.
I don't like pink usually, but I think with this livery it looks awesome.
No, it is. It's good. It's good. He's spent a lot of time on that. His cars have been liveried like this since we didn't race together. He's my one-time teammate back in Dilligaff Racing days. Or was it Phantom? No, it was Phantom. Phantom 71 it was. That was a good time.
That's a bit less old.
yeah. That's not... Oh! That was two cars really braking late. Nobody to blame anybody else in that. Mikko Koitinen getting put behind Vincent Skill back there. As Stephen continues his pursuit here of Stacey. Through Thunder Valley. Is it Thunder Valley? I can't even remember. Yeah, it is Thunder Valley. Through the carousel. Or towards the carousel, I should say. There we go, into this carousel here. If you hook the inside line, you're fine. As Bram tries to get onto the boot lid of Ryan. And Kenzie,
Meanwhile,
in another race, much more serene race, Simon Trendle has now shrugged off the attentions of Kenzie Newhoff, and I don't know. There was 7 minutes to go, 6.5 minutes to go, really, in this
well,
sprint race.
it looks like they started. They get 1 second between each other, and then they just stayed as is. And
Yeah,
well, let's
yeah.
settle this in the second race, boys. Let's go like that.
Yeah. Bob Woodhouse is the fourth of the top 4 cars here. And then there's this battle, which is much closer. In fact, both of these 4 cars paired up. I would expect Stephen to be sticking his nose in at some point. Oh, this is getting tasty again. This is Ant Woodward and Jamie. Jamie through. Jamie through or Jamie defending? I can't remember. Jamie's defending, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I forgot.
Now Vincent's going to be the one. Vincent's going to be the frustrated one here, I think. He, in all reasonable terms, should be ahead of some of these guys in front of him. Holy mackerel!
We know Ant's a bit further back
Benson.
than he should be because of
Yes.
his track.
Yeah, and I think
And
Vincent
I
very
think-
much.
Yeah, I think Ant and Vincent are nothing against Jimmy and Rob, but a bit more skilled.
Yes. Yeah, more familiar with the vehicle. Let's say that.
Yeah, let's say that. And I'm sure Jimmy and Rob would agree with that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So late on the brakes for Vincent. He likes this move. He's very much in there. No contact. Might get 1.5. No, he's not even going to get 1. Or is he? Oh, that's
No,
a
it's
nice drive off the
race.
corner. Yeah, lovely.
I wasn't expecting him to win the drag race on the inside, but
No. If he can get in the toe of the car in front now, he might just pull up a little, but maybe not. Later on the brakes again. Oh, that was close. Oh. No.
What's that?
So, I thought I'd seen somebody do something spectacular, but it's my SDK just jumping all over the place. Fastest lap of the race is Simon Trendle at the moment. The only car to dip underneath 125, a 124.94 something. So another point scored for Simon Trendle in his pursuit of Kenzie at the top of the championship. It's not going to be anywhere near enough at the moment. He needs a much bigger gap between him and Kenzie to make a massive difference to Kenzie's lead.
Yeah, he's the only one who did 124s.
Yeah.
Good. And he will start alongside Kenzie if things stays like this in the next 4 minutes. So there is point available in the feature race for him.
Yeah, we might see very split tactics in the feature race. So the feature race, folks, is going to be a 40-minute race. We're still on 45% fuel, which means a pit stop is pretty much inevitable. But there are some excellent fuel savers in this collection of pilots, as Vincent gets that move done there on Ant Woodward. Ant Woodward struggling a bit this race. He's had some good overtakes in there, but he's doing well here though. He's staying alongside Vincent through this whole section of S's.
That's a good move on the outside.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
It's so hard on the outside.
Why didn't he do that at the start of the race? But we did say these two were out of position. And now they're becoming a trouble for each other, really, aren't they? Because the more you do things like that, the more you slow down.
Yes. Basically.
I mean, look at the gap that
can see
Jamie's
Jamie,
won.
yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Right, so we've got a group of 4 here, a group of 4 in front. That is Rich Warmingham now, who's trying to bridge the gap between everybody, really. He was well out of position from his qualifying. I didn't understand why he was that far back. Maybe we can get an interview with him if he's on the podium for the next race, because he's certainly not going to be able to do anything this time. From Dubois, still chasing down Ryan's car here, Ryan Swayze. That was twitchy, wasn't it, from Bram's car? Wow. Right on the ragged edge of grip there. Very nicely done, though. Still the best looking driver in any Simability, any NQR car. This league sponsored yet again by Simability. If you don't know what they do, go onto their website. They modify racing rigs for those of us less fortunate than, or those of them less fortunate than the rest of us, who have real challenges in life, disabilities, etc. And then, therefore, making sim racing accessible to them. Done some wonderful
they will
things.
not help you if, like, you're just bad. But,
yeah, oh no, there's no cure for rubbish. I am at the bottom of that pile, that's for certain. You're a lot better than me. Kenzie here, as we approach the twilight of this race. This will be the last lap that we're on now, I think.
Oh,
we're not going to get to the end. Are we?
That would be short.
Maybe. This is going to be, this is going to be touch and go, this. 14 laps.
I didn't see Barney was waving.
No, I didn't either. It was so quick. Let's just see if they can get round in the time. It's going to be pretty close, in my opinion. Stephen straight lines that corner. Scared the hell out of me. I'm pretty sure that Stacey had a Code Brown moment when he was looking in his mirrors. Tyler trying to find the grip to get alongside Greg Carr here. Great to see Greg racing with us. Stephen trying to get on that gas as early as he can, but if you're not pointing the car in the right direction,
yeah,
it is. Here we go. Checker flag, checker flag. And Simon Trendle comes home in a blaze of sunlight to take the victory in our sprint race. This is still going on. Look at this. Just about staying ahead, Ryan Swayze, and then, over the line for everybody else in sequence. Oh, sideways there for Tyler. And a 12th place for Tyler. Everybody piling around that last corner. Vincent, hopefully...
back.
Yeah, Vincent went backwards. Why was that? He was up with Ant Woodward. Maybe he went off track. Don't know whether there's something to find there. Here we go. Before we trip the session. Hang on, what was that? No, here we go. Right. So, ahead of Ant Woodward at the point where we join it.
I feel like that. We've seen that.
Yeah.
Stupid irony.
We were out of that version of the session, right? We may never know, folks. We may never know. But what a great race that was. Not so much in the very front, Sam. It was a bit, almost like we had all the action towards the middle and rear of that race. Not much going on at the front. So Simon Trendle was your race winner there in this sprint race. Won by 1.2 seconds in the end. Got a little bit extra out of that car. Then Kenzie Newhoff. Sorry, that was for Team Chimera. Then Kenzie Newhoff for Hydro Race Racing Forces, who finished second, third, and the final podium position goes to his teammate David Burns, which is a fantastic Hydro Race Racing Forces points haul there. Not like they need them, they're already way out in front. Bob Woodhouse, fourth for NQR Europe. Stacey Boyd, fifth for Nova Simsports. Stephen Phillips giving him pressure right to the very end in sixth place there for Dashan Racing. Ryan Swayze, 7th. Bram Dubois, 8th for NQR Europe. Rich Warmingham, 9th for XVR. Yav Valverde, 10th for Racing Forces by iRace. And then NQR's Greg Carr, 11th. Tyler Newitt was 12th for BSTV Esports. And then Tony Klusterman in 13th for NQR. Excuse me. Jamie Wilson, 14th for Team Chimera. 15th was Ant Woodward for NQR Europe. Rob Venn was 16th for BSTV. Vincent Skilbeck was 17th for Skilby Racing. Miko Quaitnan was 18th for Team Bear Pope. 19th was Eduardo Lorente. Jeff Saunders was 20th for TMR, the Butchnade Bunch. Trained Monkey Racing, that is. And then our Noof Cola, 21st for Whoopich. I thought that was a brilliant race, Sam. Everybody bunched up into like groups of 4 and 2. There was a couple of independent losses of control in there as well, which I don't know. It's from these guys. It's a bit unusual, but the car, depending on the track conditions, can be a little bit of an unpredictable beast, can't it? All you need is a little bit extra temperature, and away you go. Cold is good. Right, in this, how long are we in this for? I can't remember. 10 minutes of warm up. I think there'll be quite a few pit stop practices. This next one's going to be a 40-minute race, like I said before. And as a result of that, you will have to pit the car unless you're particularly good at fuel saving. Anne Woodward on the chat says this place hates me. Yeah. Just this place is what I'm gonna put on the thing. There we go. Question mark. Hopefully, he sees the humour in that. What about yourself, Sam? Have you had some good, memorable races around Mid-Ohio? I know I have. I used to love coming here. It doesn't take much to learn the track, but there's some bits of it that are so frustrating. Oh, he's not at his PC, is he? I bet he sent me a message saying, not at my PC. Yes, he has. Yeah. Right, okay. I'll just keep talking nonsense then, folks. As we watch pit lane and people leaving it and scenery around Mid-Ohio. Great track, this, though. Absolutely one of the iconic ones that's been around on the iRacing service for many years. Lots and lots of elevation change in it, which I love. I don't like the flatter ones as much, although Sebring is absolutely ironed flat. And still an exciting race.
It's flat, not if you got the bumps, but
the sunset bumps that try and kill everybody, whether they're good or not. That's this one's got that undulation. This is as close to somewhere like Alton Park in the UK as you can get, and that's the track I grew up with. Lots of undulation there. Not that different in length, I wouldn't have thought, and similar features when you really think about it. It's just that it is another clockwise track, but the feature turns are the opposite way around. If you mentally drive it, then you'll know exactly what I mean.
Honestly, if you put them together, the track map kind of look the same from afar.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
south is not at the same place. There's but it has some similarities. And to answer your question, was I was away, thanks to too much whiskey already drunk before the warm up.
Good luck.
I know some race in the V8s at Mid-Ohio. It was Gen 2.
Right.
It was a long time ago, but it was an awesome race. This track is super difficult. It was in the Gen 2. So I'm expecting still pretty hard with Gen 3. Because of all of the elevation changes, this car is really bad with that. Because there's so much power and stuff. Yeah. But it's fun to drive. That's the thing. And I really like Mid-Ohio.
Yeah. I think there's a lovely flow to this track. I know Tony Klusterman loves it. He said that before. Not as much as he likes... hang on a minute. Which is his home track again? It's not CTMP. Mosport, there we go.
It is CTMP.
Hey?
Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, Mosport.
Yeah.
Track.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, okay. Of course.
It's okay. You can thank me later.
Yeah, I will do. It's a good job this isn't live, isn't it? Nobody will know that I'm stupid.
Yeah, I will cut that on the editing part.
Oh dear. But this ranks highly in his list of favourite tracks, and he's raced with us for so many years. So many. Massive advocate of the V8 and trying to bring the community forward all the time as we watch Ryan turning laps. Pit lane entry here. No, I've not seen anybody do it yet. It's tight, it's twisty. You've got to shed your speed way before you think you have to. It's an extension of the last corner. Maybe someone like Jamie will pit the car. Nope, he's going round again. but it's off left there on the carousel as we come through Thunder Valley just here. Oh, here we go. We're into it now. The cones approach you faster than, or sooner rather than you think they will, and the pit lane feels like it lasts forever because it's quite slow. The pit lane speed here. There you go. Hang it around the outside of that turn, which feels odd, especially when you've been hanging it around the inside. There we go. A great example there, set by Bram de Bois, who we're on board with. This feels like it should be faster. And then when you leave pit lane, you've got that big sausage curb on the right hand side that you're not allowed to cross on the way out. You can be as generous as you like when you're on a normal lap and you're cutting across it. Not that you would ever do that in these cars. It destabilizes them far too much. But some other cars on the service, I remember F4s. No, it wasn't F4 actually. It was Star Mazda. If anybody remembers the Star Mazda days, you just basically mounted that, put your left-hand wheels on the left-hand side of it, and it kind of turned the car for you. I don't know whether you ever drove that car on Mid-Ohio, Sam, but
I've
you
never
used
owned
that
the
sausage.
Star Mazda. No, I
You
never
what?
owned it. No, I've
Never.
never owned the
Oh,
Star
okay.
Mazda.
Yeah, that was a feature of this track. You'd hump that sausage curb, and it helped the car round that corner, and you could do it so much faster. I think there's other cars you could do it with as well. So, yeah, different cars handling this circuit in very different ways. Rich Warmingham here, doing good laps, at least in this practice session, this warm-up session, faster than he did in the race, as you'd expect, obviously. A 125.01. I think he did a 125.08 in the race, but wasn't the fastest. That was Simon Trundle's territory. And round again for another lap here by the behaviour of the car. Going through the carousel. I mean, it looks controlled, and maybe he's, I don't know, planned for a better start in the, or a more advantageous start in the feature race. I know that's a point of some conversation.
He's gonna start fourth row, so it's a better start for him.
Yeah. And of course you get more points by finishing higher in a feature race in this series. In all our series, that's the case, actually. So maybe he has taken a tactical 15th finish, or 14th finish. What did he finish? Yeah, it was 14th, wasn't he, or something? Ah, okay.
Yeah,
in the first
it's a 10 reverse, it's not a 15 like
10.
TCR.
Yeah, sorry, that's me being too used to TCR rules. People pulling the car up now because that is the end of this warm-up session, and it will very quickly stop. And we will go to grid. And I will do my best to get through this grid, reading the names out correctly, which would be new for me. So, your poleman for this feature race. My screens all just reset themselves. That's not healthy or helpful at all. Right, okay, so your poleman will be João Valverde. And he will lead us away on this 40-minute feature race. Alongside Rich Warmingham, who finished 9th and therefore 2nd in this second of tonight's races. Bram de Bois goes off 3rd. 4th will be Ryan Swayze. 5th will be Stephen Phillips with Stacey Boyd in 6th. Bob Woodhouse in 7th. David Burns in 8th. 9th will be Kenzie. Simon Trundle goes off 10th. 11th will be Greg Carr. Tyler Newitt goes off 12th. 13th will be Tony Kloosterman. 14th will be Jamie Wilson. Ant Woodward off 15th. Rob Venn off 16th. 17th will be Vincent Skilbeck. With work to do, Mikko Koitinen 18th. 19th will be Eduardo Lorente. 20th will be Jeff Saunders. And our new Cola will go off 21st and bring up the rear of the field on this occasion. A good size grid for here at Mid-Ohio. It's not a massive track. It's not a massively wide track. It's pretty wide in certain places and wide where you need it to be. Other places it really bottlenecks up into one line, just one driving line all the way through. It's a shame that I've got to watch this on an inset because the graphics on my replay are just so stunning. But without the replay, I would be lost as to some of the cars that I'm looking at and where they are. So, we're waiting for a couple of cars to grid. One of them being Bram, one of them being Kenzie. Kenzie will always hang this out to the very last second. It's a good way to maintain your tyre temperatures, and as long as you're good with your car setup and launch, then it's no threat to you. There he is. Now we should start to see the tachometer click over, and we should start seeing the lights going red. When all the lights go out, we go racing, same as last time. Oh, it held them for a while, and there may be a jump start there. I'm not sure.
Very bad start for Ryan Swayze.
Oh. Yeah, Ryan got a bit of a wake-up with someone passing him there. I wasn't sure which car it was. It was a Racing Forces car for sure. Team Chimera cars line astern at the moment as we head towards Keyhole. Round we go, everybody. Well, it's 2x2, by about 5 cars deep there. That looks bad.
At the back.
Yeah. And everybody's filtering through. No need for a yellow. There's a one NQR car. I think it might be Tony Klusterman.
It is Tony, yeah.
In a real state. Yeah.
We'll come back to that later.
Yeah, we will. Right, so away we go again. Just letting everybody get familiar here with what's going on. Right, and off we go up towards Keyhole again. Where did Tony end up? Tony has not pitted the car. I'm assuming he's still racing it. There was a lot of smoke, so I'm not sure how bad any damage was. The car doesn't look bad.
No, it might be alright because there's a lot of room, a lot of grabs.
Yeah.
If it's just a spin, you're pretty much good to go again, which limits the damage done.
True.
You still lose time, but it's better than hitting a wall and having to use a fast repair.
Yeah, true. Some good pressure being applied here to Jamie Wilson by Ant Woodward. This battle that was raging in the last race is still going on. Oh, right, okay. So, Rich Warmingham, if it was a calculated effort to finish on the front, in order to be on the front row for this race, it's not properly working out for him. João Valverde doing a great job of being a bit of a roadblock to him. A bit of a touch there with Rob Van and who is that?
It's Eduardo
Lorente. And Yao staying ahead of Rich Warmingham, taking a defensive line. He can't really turn across the front of Rich's car. And Rich is now coming under pressure from Bram de Bois. Tony Klusterman putting in decent laps. Pretty fast laps, actually, at where he is right now. He should catch up with the back of the field in the not too distant future. Sorry, I'm just busy watching this at the minute because Bram de Bois is now right on the boot lid. Oh, here we go. Let's watch what happened here. Who are we actually watching?
Rob Van.
So
he's on the inside. Oh, someone's been ahead, and I think that's
already
Tony,
happened.
Right? Yeah, that's Tony.
Yeah.
Spin.
I don't know whether he was helped in the spin. It almost looked like there was solid air at the back of him.
Oh jeez, I'm too far back. Sorry.
That's all right.
Blame SDK.
Let's have another look at this.
So that's
from Tony.
I think that's.
Oh, he was on his own. Then there was, well, it was a solid air moment on the hit from Rob Venn, but he was already round by that point, so that's just on his own, sadly. I thought he'd been helped. I was convinced of it. So Rich Warmingham, again, he's probably getting a bit frustrated here. He knows he's fast. Everybody knows he's fast. Zhao is proving to be his nemesis right now, and Zhao is obviously quick. When have you seen a racing forces driver, Sam, that wasn't quick? They don't exist.
Okay, I'm gonna give a shot to Ivan. I think he's in racing forces. Oh. He made some progress.
Yeah.
He's not at the front of the field. That's the only one I see.
Fair enough.
And honestly, Ivan, if you're watching, come back, please. I know you made a mistake and you're feeling bad about it, but please come back. Come on.
Yeah, back, please. You're a great racer.
This is tense. This is a lot of guys fighting for position.
Well, this is the battle for first place. And at the minute, it's about 8 or 9 cars deep, which is great. It's certainly making... I mean, look at it. 1 second covers the top 10 cars. No, 9 cars, sorry. I mean, that's remarkable. Oh, here we go. Oh, I like that paint. That's Jeff's car. Didn't Jeff have a giant lion on the side of it at one point?
Wasn't it a monkey?
I don't know.
It was a monkey.
Oh, it was a monkey.
On a horse for the Mustang, but they changed the camera now.
Oh, okay. So this is trained monkey racing, of course. The Whipsnade bunch.
I wonder if they still have the thick Ford, they still have the thick speed, thick Ford.
Yeah.
Stickers. Rolly, you didn't change that. Thick Ford is Ford. I mean.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Right, so Rich really is trying new lines now to try and get some sort of advantage, because Bram's going to get him in a minute as Jeff on the outside. Where is Rolly anyway?
I think he said he didn't like this track and couldn't figure it out, and just
okay, fair enough.
Opportunity to race. Yeah,
it is massively technical, this track. It's got a great flow to it, but there's some corners that you've got to spend time on it. You really do. Oh, Stephen! Oh, that is either brilliant or an accident. I don't know which one.
It really seems to be really
up here. This is nice. Oh, this is great.
Is nice. But it seems it's really difficult for all the drivers to pass on this track. So I wonder if I'm gonna jinx him. I'm sorry if I do. But
that was Stacy.
Yeah, that was Stacy. Contact on the inside.
Oh dear, we'll have to have another look at that. That looked like he speared off.
I'm not gonna jinx Steven. That's fine.
No, better not. Stacey's reset to the pits because of where he was on the track. It's probably ruined the front end of that car. Here we go. Is he on his own?
No. There's a touch between Steven
and he's on his own.
Bram. And then Bram losing it.
Across.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Stacy, because I don't.
Yeah.
Bram could.
I mean, if I was Stacy and I'd seen that happen in front of me, I'd probably be out of the gas. But that's because I'm not the natural racer that these guys are.
You have to commit for it and
you do
aim for the outside of turn 2 and make a move on the outside.
Yeah, it's a gamble though, isn't it? It could end up just like that. Right, what's going on at the front? So
I leave you on the battle at the front. I need a refill.
No problem. You get refilled on whiskey. Right, off we go, folks, on another lap. Where Rich Warmingham's plan, I don't think, is working. Either that or João Valverde is racing at the same speed that Rich wants to. João has controlled this race perfectly, in my opinion.
I think they both a bit down on their usual speed, I would say.
Do you think?
Right. Yes. In normal circumstances, Rich is as fast as Kenzie, Simon, and probably other I forgot. But it seems like today was a bit off. He qualified 10th. He only gained one spot. And
there we go. Oh, that's an overtake for the lead, and he's done it.
That's a good move, yeah.
And Steven is going to try and capitalise on Zhao being offline.
Yeah,
He needs to stay really far right here and late on the brakes. He may still get this, you know. There's a right-hander coming up,
yeah, but
which is
yeah,
the
he's got to
entrance to
run.
Thunder Valley. Oh, come on.
Small
Oh,
touch, but it's fine. All
that's
good.
fine, yep. Rubin's racing. Hitting's crashing. Right, might not work out well for Zhao because that is Bram's car behind, and if he can slot in behind Stephen here, he could block out. Oh, nearly, yeah. Oh dear. Oh, Zhao's round. And what?
Kenzie's
Oh
in
yeah,
the
Kenzie's gone to the pits. So this is lap 8. I was told by insider knowledge, I feel bad about saying now, given where the insider knowledge came from, and he's that far down the grid. But yeah, it's 7 was the earliest reasonable that you could pit, up to a top window of about 21 laps.
I think that move wasn't on. Hit the rear bumper of Rich, and then there was already, I think it was Bram at the time, or Bob, I don't know which one. On the
Bram,
side.
I think. Yeah.
No, that is Vincent, plus 6 position.
Oh, I
As
see.
is Tyler, by the way. Plus 6 position in the top 10.
Very nice.
Almost
we were nearly going 3 wide. Nearly going 3 wide into China Beach. Good control from all 4 of these guys. Not just the 3 on the screen, but the one behind as well. It's easy to get. It's Greg Carr at the one behind. It's easy to get focused too heavily on what's going on ahead of you. So here we are with Bram leading from Bob. This is 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th in shot at the moment. With Ryan bringing up 8th place. Oh, loads of cars going to the pits. A whole raft of them. 4 cars in total that I can see.
Yeah, I think they're all covering for Kenzie, basically.
I think you're absolutely right. Rich Warmingham isn't, though. He doesn't care about that tactic. He's got free track in front of him now. He is not the fastest car on track, though. Although that lap round he was. So yes, he is, but he's not the fastest overall. So that is Bob going through on Bram de Bois, and this is looking like Vincent through here on Ant Woodward. Nice overtake there from Vincent, all done well before the corner turning. And these 3, you could throw a very small handkerchief over all of them. This is Simon Trundle. Post pit stop, all these cars. These have all been in. They all came in together. And now they're racing.
Or Simon dies on the inside.
That was a nice move, yeah. Yeah, very nice. I mean, Tyler was well overtaken there, you could say. You need to be a good victim so that you can come back at a later time, or even immediately. Some fights are just not worth pushing.
I think he knows he's a bit slower than Simon today, and it's better to try to follow Simon through than fighting him and losing time.
Very much, and you can use him as a tow for as long as you can stay there, which can often be a benefit to your own race.
I think Tyler is capable of following Simon.
Oh yeah.
If he can stay in touch with him, he will follow him. The thing, if Simon breaks the toe, then I think Tyler is done. But he will try to follow as long as he can. That's the best way to make position. Yeah,
and I love the BSTV livery that the guys are running in this series. It's the throwback E1. It was my favourite one. Very nice livery, that. Very well thought out by Tyler. Tyler, the artistic genius behind that one. As we watch Bob Woodhouse and Bram doing a bit of team driving here. I think Bob is notably the quicker driver overall. Bram benefiting from a bit of a tow on certain points of the track. Bram's got a bit of damage on the rear of that car, actually. A bit twisted up. Vincent, the car on the move, as the car in front of him just peeled away to the pits, which was Ryan Swayze. Oh, look at that. Simon Trendle getting right down the inside. Oh, right. That car went to the pits. That's freed him up. A bit wide going through that last turn there. Might give Tyler a bit more of a tow for a bit longer. And they're both tracking down David Burns at the minute. David has got Bob Woodhouse full in his windscreen.
Just out of the pits, Bob, so he has fresher tires. We'll see what he can do with it. Only 2 laps, but 2 laps is 2 laps.
Absolutely. This is Kenzie. Again, he was one of the first to pit. That's Tony Klusterman in front of him. That shows the difference after that spin that Tony had early on. The worst thing that can happen is facing the wrong way right at the start of the race, because you end up so far back down the field, so hard to recover. Where has Kenzie gone? Oh, right, okay. He vanished completely on my screen. I don't know about yours.
He did vanish on my screen as well.
Oh, right, okay, cool. Hopefully, Kenzie does not have a dodgy connection. And Bram Dubois has entered pit road.
He's exiting now.
And leaving. And he's going to come out right where he was, I think, with Bob Woodhouse.
He almost beat his teammate to the pit stops.
Yeah, I know. He's not repaired the car, though. That thing has still got a bent-up rear bumper.
Oh.
And now it's a little bit worse than it was. Oh, my word, Tyler.
He did well, honestly, he did well to catch
Tyler
that.
needs a change of pants, yeah. Right.
You can ask me for some pants, Tyler. They would be a bit too big for you, but
hey!
Not because of the material he's got more, but because he's a bit fatter. From what I've seen and from what I know, it might not be the case anymore, but sorry, that was completely random. As Kenzie trying to put a move on Tony. Tony is doing a good job with his little tires, honestly.
He is, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
and anything he can do here, to slow that car down is in his benefit.
He needs to slow that car down to help his teammates.
Yep. And just to, put some points back on, the lead that Kenzie's got.
Well, Tony needs to pit.
Yeah, he can still hold out, I think, for quite a long time yet. 7 or 8 laps, given the insider knowledge that's been shared with me very generously. As Ryan has
zone 1.
Yeah, with Bram underneath him. That didn't work yet for Bram, or was that Ryan getting through? That was Ryan getting through.
Yeah, Kenzie got.
Oh, he's got him right. Yeah, into keyhole, and that's Bram going down a position. Sorry.
On Bram.
Bram going back up a position. Yeah. That's a good drag race. Yeah. Doesn't matter which side you go to. There's a benefit to both, to be fair. It's a long way around if you're not alongside, though.
Yeah,
you have to be alongside. Yeah.
From the inside, stay there, stay left, and then just cut the corner. There we go.
Yep. Absolutely that. There we go. This is a terrifying area of this track where you just feel like the car is just not in control. All the way from China Beach, some of it is just you just think, I've not got control of this car now. It's going to do whatever it's going to do, and I'm just a passenger.
Anthony just did what I was thinking he would do, playing the team game and just pitting now that he's being passed by Kenzie. And having Bob behind him, just pitting and get out of the way. That's a good team play.
Well done,
he did
Tony
nothing
Klusterman.
wrong.
No. That's his role in this race. Now, I'm sure he'll be hoping for a much elevated position. Don't forget, he was absolutely last at one point. It looks like he's going to come out of the pits in 15th place, maybe 14th. Sorry, maybe 16th. Yeah. I mean, that's still better. He was 8 places down before. He's 3 places down now, and he's got good tyres. He's pitted late. He's going to be in a good position.
He can still get, I think, Geoff Saunders.
Oh yeah, and probably Rob.
Rob is 12 seconds up the road, so
still think that might be possible for the super fast.
It's a big stretch in 20 minutes, but who knows? Tony is surely capable of
it. Tony's fastest lap is significantly faster than all of the drivers around him, and last lap he was 4 seconds faster than Jeff. So I think there's a lot for Tony to get done here. Bram, in the thick of this, would love to get past Tyler, but Tyler's a great racer. He defends very, very fairly and always has done. I don't know a car that Tyler isn't a great defender in. Does that make sense? IndyCar, this, all the other series that we've raced that he's partaken in, positions the car very, very fairly and very, very professionally.
I think all of the drivers in this league and probably in the TC, I don't follow enough to know, but I'm pretty sure it is the case as well. Do respect other drivers on track, and that's amazing to see. Oh, that's a nice cutback.
Oh, yeah,
nice cutback from Tyler.
You gotta get alongside it. Has to get alongside here.
Nah,
nope. Oh,
not far enough.
So close. Bram's back end is so smashed up. Look at it. It's all over.
That's
surprising that's not affecting. I'm surprised that it's not affecting the handling of the car.
Well, I mean, the diffuser looks okay. I think it's just the bumper that's a little bit bunched up.
The sound of these cars is amazing. I'm glad you stayed on it. That's why I showed up. Just the sound is awesome. Brilliant. Yeah.
And honestly, kudos to Jamie Wilson that did the cameras for the cars. He do all the cameras for all of the cars we broadcast, TCLs and V8s. And he tweaks the microphone to get it bang on, and it just sounds awesome. So thank you, Jamie, for that, because the car sounds amazing.
And he's doing all right in this race. 12th at the moment. He's got pressure, though.
Okay, Jamie, you can blame Pete for the nightmare that's coming to you.
There's Tony now on Jeff. He's wiped out that 3 or 4 seconds that Jeff had in no time whatsoever. Positioned perfectly alongside. Turns it in. Gets a bit of curb he didn't want, I think. That's going to slow him a little.
The bits.
Oh, right, wow. Rich Warmingham finally to the pits, but Vincent is not.
Yeah, he's going to take the points for leading the laps, I think.
Of course, yes. Vincent with a lead lap point there. Well done. And Simon Trundle over the line here in 7th place at the moment.
And Stephen Phillips is leading the race now, virtually, because Vincent is still ahead, but Vincent still needs
good point.
The only thing is, Rich has 4 laps new tires. Kenzie is 8 laps new, all the tires from Rich. But Rich, I think Rich will get Kenzie if he can with the new tires. It's gonna make a big difference now.
This is going to be a real heated exchange, because Kenzie's going to go on the defensive line each time. Rich is going to try and sail it around the outside.
Yeah.
That's going to happen a lot.
I would say Rich pitted 1 lap too late.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, absolutely right.
If he exited a bit he exited a bit in front of Kenzie, but did not get passed by Kenzie.
Yep.
With the newer tires, I think he will have been able to hold him off. But passing him is gonna be another task, even with newer tires, as Rich has a bit less pace today compared to Kenzie at least. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for him to
I
do
think
anything.
I think he should have pitted a lot earlier than he did when he was behind João Valverde. I think he lost a lot of time as Vincent's gone to pit road and Stephen Phillips takes a lead lap point.
15 minutes to roll this off for Steven.
Right, Stephen has got a 2-second lead, and exactly that, 15 minutes. I have faith in you, my boy.
And behind him, 4 real angry guys. Kenzie, Rich, Bob, David, and Simon. That's 5. Sorry, that's 5 guys.
Yeah, don't tell Stephen. Just don't tell Stephen. That Dashhound powered car is going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
The only thing that will help him is Rich having new tires is going to put a fight to Kenzie for at least 2, 3, 4 laps maybe.
Oh, look at this, Bob Woodhouse. No slouch.
Yes.
He's trying it. This is great. And Stephen Phillips has just extended his lead by a third of a second. This is going to be good, folks. Do not blink. This is going to be great. So these 5 cars are really where it's at. And Stephen Phillips just wants a quiet night from this point on. Hit his markers, don't make mistakes, all of that business. And let these 5 cars behind him slow themselves down, slow each other down. Now, Rich Warmingham loves to overtake into the keyhole, is my understanding of his. I think the last 3 or 4 overtakes he's done. He likes to switch back across at that point. He's not near enough this lap. And get down the inside. He's overtaken 4 racers that I can count by doing that so far. Kenzie got a massive amount of wheel spin, but it checked Rich up enough that he's not going to be alongside him going into China Beach. If anything, Bob is going to be threatening Rich into China Beach. Not on this lap. So, again, Stephen Phillips pulls out a bigger lead at this point on the track. It disappears by the time he gets to the end of the lap, by at least as much. I have faith. I have faith in those Dashhounds. Rich having another little look down the inside of that Hydro Race Racing Forces. Camaro, how are you supposed to say it? No idea. Chevrolet. Right then, back on the gas. Rich having a look at a turn where he's definitely not going to, but as you said before, it's enough to put him off going into the next turn, which is Keyhole, at the top of the little hill there. Keeping an eye on Stephen's lead. That bit offline, Sam, from both the defending car and the attacking car is enough to slow them both down. It's phenomenal, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I mean, you see that in every series. When you're battling with someone, you're just losing time. It's the way it is. You're not taking the optimal optimal line.
Right,
Sorry, my brain just completely farted. The optimal line, and you're just slower. It's just how it is. But you have to. Kenzie has to do it to defend on Rich, and Rich has to do it to gain a position. Although right now I think Rich got the best of his tires. He's probably gonna hit the degrading phase pretty soon, if not already.
Yeah.
I think things gonna level out. And Rich not being able to pass Kenzie in the first 2 laps, as I said before, it's gonna make him not being able to do anything about Kenzie. I think Kenzie has the pace. Oh, jeez.
I agree. And at the minute, Vincent Skillback is absolutely... Whoa! I just cursed Vincent Skillback. He went off stage right massively.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
And I don't know why. He was absolutely annihilating everybody. As in, passing them, not killing them. Let's have a quick look at what happened to Vincent. Bram Dubois is the car in front.
Yeah,
He's gone in
just
hot, has he?
overshot. No?
Hit the bump? No, didn't hit the bump. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah,
he
the
got
wiggle
helped
and
off.
that check up, yeah. Vincent's luck this season and last season was
It's just
awful.
awful, isn't it? Yeah.
I know what it is. I've been there, and
Yeah.
I stopped racing. Vincent, don't do the same because you're never gonna go race again. Just stick to it, but man, your luck is awful. That's just. I think if you look at the replay, we'll see Bram had nothing, nowhere to go.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. It's just a shame.
He was so close to him when he lifted off the gas that I don't think Bram had the reaction time. And it wasn't a massive hit.
No,
it was just a nudge. Just a nudge. But we'll see. Right. Let's have a look. So Vincent through. On the gas, off the gas, and... Oh, right, yeah. I mean, there's not much. He was right on him, wasn't he, really?
Yeah, he was right on it. I think he just lifted a tiny bit, but he was already on his right number. Yeah. And it's just racing. It happens.
Yeah, that one, definitely. And meanwhile, this story has not changed. Rich has not managed to get past Kenzie. Kenzie is doing a fantastic job of being a brilliant defensive driver, and the gap to Stephen Phillips has not changed at all. Not even by a millisecond.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything because I'm going to jinx it.
No.
Well,
I've got to describe it. Yeah, I have to describe it. I may inadvertently curse Stephen, but I really hope not. Oh, this is a crowded area back here where Simon is. I honestly thought Simon had cut his way through the field a bit more than he has done.
Well,
Simon pitted on lap 8, quite an early pit stop. It's not necessarily giving him the best position.
Well, you see, Kenzie pitted on lap 8, and they were together when they pitted. And Kenzie's second position. It's just the way it is with the race and the way it went on. You had Rich, Bob, David that went between Kenzie and Simon that were just a few seconds apart, and that's just the difference between being second and being sixth.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a visitor to the booth if he's listening and he's not got a mouthful of swear words. Good evening, Vincent Skillback. An early exit, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Your luck this season.
You're right about that.
Yeah, if you didn't have bad luck, you'd have no luck at all. You really would this season. And last season, funnily enough. We watched the replay multiple times. You got through like super fast, and then a little bit of wheel spin, a little out of the gas, and Bram had no track in front of him at all. He gave you a little nudge as you were coming back across from left to right, and that was enough.
Yeah, I thought I'd done enough to save it. I would have just ran onto the grass a little bit and just backed out. But yeah, with Bram sitting so close behind me, I don't know if he even braked or not. He just ran straight over me, and that was it.
Yeah,
as soon as I pointed at the wall, I was like, yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we did see him lift. It's worth watching the replay again. I think maybe you could argue he could have reacted a bit quicker, but I mean, it was a, as me and Sam just said in the broadcast, it's a racing incident from our view. But yeah, unfortunate for you again. I really hope your luck improves, because at the minute it's a tough old ride for you at the moment. How's your Scops going?
I've only made a couple of races this season. The next race isn't until the end of May, I think. It's Watkins Glen, so I might try and put some more time into that. But
Yeah, I know you like that one. Yeah.
it's pretty difficult to get into these days. So I'll see how we go. Stacey Stacey seems to be doing alright, so that's good.
Yeah, Stacey's doing good in that series. Again, I feel really sorry for you at the minute. I really hope it's not going to let your head drop because, as Sam said, I think most people have little stints like this, or big stints like this, occasionally. Sam decided not to race eventually, but we hope you don't, because you were up 9 places, nearly 10. You were absolutely destroying the field. I know that you were starting from a race recovery situation, and I hope you enjoy the racing, even though it's frustrating. I honestly do.
Yeah, I'll just sit here, watch the broadcast with you guys, and see how we go. But yeah, the races this season, well, start of the season was pretty bad, but since I've decided that I'm going to start from the back from now on, I'm actually having a lot more fun
Cool.
racing through the field. So tonight was actually pretty fun. Had some hard battles with some of the guys at the back, which is always good. I don't expect them to pull over for me, so yeah, I'm happy to run from the back and tick off the points as I go.
Yeah, no, totally. We saw some great overtakes from you, and overtaking in this car can be a bit sketchy at times. You know, you've got to be confident. You've got to have the grip underneath you. You can't have burnt your tyres up. You need to be understanding your turning points when you're offline, because that's the only way you're getting past some of these guys. And you've done that really well. I like the fact that you're using that start at the back tactic. We've had one other racer that I can remember doing that, and you raced with him, I think. It was Michael Taliancic. Do you remember him? Way back when? Yeah, he used to do that.
I don't think he was still running when I first joined, but I have raced against him in Scups, and yeah, he's a pretty handy driver.
Oh, he's very good. Very good. I mean, until Simon Trendle turned up with his solar-powered car, Michael Taliancic was the one that just pulled... we didn't even understand how he managed it. He would fuel save entire races. It was unreal. You know, he was the first one to do a Flintstones finish. Obviously, that's where you put your feet through the bottom of the car, folks, and just run. But yeah, it's a real talent, and he's one of your boys, isn't he? He's Australian, or rather from the Australasian continent. So yeah, you got some good talent for it down there, especially in these supercars, obviously. What we're all like fingers crossed and legs crossed, toes crossed, and everything else crossed for is at the minute that Stephen Phillips can keep this going for just a little bit longer. He's not got long to do it for, just another couple of minutes. He is, what is this? He is 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from winning a race here. Kenzie is not making any inroads into him. In fact, he's falling astern of him quite fast now. I don't understand that fully, other than the fact that Kenzie's tyres are older by 4 laps. But Rich Warmingham disappeared backwards, Sam. So what happened with Rich? Do we have that on replay? I was talking to Vincent when it happened, and I watched it happen.
You've definitely watched it.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I know you can't do 2 things at once, but...
Oh, no. One thing at a time.
And we're missing Tyler's Father Live thingy. Watch this. So that's all that happened.
Yeah,
and we're gonna go back with this because Tyler's battling with Ant. Side by side.
Okay.
Yeah, it is Ant. Oh, and Ryan's got through on Tyler too.
Yeah, Ryan just went through, just before the replay.
So this is Tyler going backwards. Is that on tyres, do we think? Tyler
Tyler, yeah, maybe, yeah. Tyler's
in
lap
lap
8.
Yeah.
Ant
lap
has
8.
the freshest tires out of everyone in that top 9.
Yeah, Ant Woodward was in on lap 15, so his tyres are like 7 laps newer, although he's just taken at least 2 laps off and going over the crest of that hill and into Thunder Valley. They're now about the temperature of the surface of the sun, and that's why he's dropping back a little. Tyre temperatures, rear tyre temperatures, Vincent, this car, the new car, are they even more sensitive, or is it just as bad as the Gen 2s?
No, these cars are a lot more sensitive. You've only really got maybe two laps, 3 laps of good tire life. If you
Wow.
actually feel safe at the start of the stint, you can get them to last, which I found when I was running in that race. I was fuel saving behind Ant and that while they were fighting, and my tire life was actually pretty good by the end of that stint.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just got to baby the tires a little bit at the start if you want to get them to run. But if you having lockups and stuff, it destroys the tires pretty much. So you
Right.
just got to baby
Okay.
them.
Yeah. Easier said than done, especially when you're
Yes,
as
very.
ham-fisted and rubbish as me. I did a race in this car early on in this season, and I was terrible. Stephen Phillips, however, is going through Thunder Valley for the final time. The checkered flag will greet him, providing he doesn't bin it into pit road or something like that. And that dash-hound-powered Mustang sounds good for
Do
being.
believe that will be the second win in the season.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from Stephen Phillips. Fantastic performance. And Kenzie over the line only just ahead in the end of Bob Woodhouse. That's your top three. Everybody else still racing for position. So much so that Ant Woodward gave it everything in that last turn and still not quite enough to get ahead of Tyler. I mean, that just shows the commitment that these guys have got. They're willing to absolutely muller the car once they don't need it anymore. But Stephen Phillips, that's a good performance, isn't it, Vincent? That is, that's round Mid Ohio. This is a technical course, isn't it? There's no real easy corners, is there?
No, especially going over the humps and stuff. The car seems to get very light. You do have to back off your throttle a little bit to keep the car on the ground. But yeah, Stephen seems to be doing pretty good at the moment. Jumping in a couple of races, the ones that he can make, he's been up the front or winning. So he seems to be doing a good job.
He is, and it's going to help his championship position. You're right, though. He's not able to do them all, and that's fine. In Backfire, we don't require that everybody races every race. All we require is that they have fun when they do race. That's what we're here for, folks. Not for you're not walking away with 10 grand here or anything like that. You're walking away with bragging rights sometimes, a really nice warm feeling and a smile on your face for the rest of it.
We're not getting 10 grand at the end of the season.
Right,
okay, well, that's the end of the broadcast, Paul. See you next time.
Oh dear, hilarious. That was a great pair of races, though. I know that you've had a rough time of it, Vincent, but sorry, mate, but it's been massively entertaining watching you get through the field, even if it didn't last for the whole race. So let me talk you through the finishing order in our feature race, folks. Can you go back a little page on the numbers there, mate?
Yeah, sorry. I just seen Ant's comment on the chat, and I was like, "Wait, what?" So Ant got a penalty at the end of the race, which means he's 17th. That's bad, man.
Yeah. So Stephen Phillips wins at a Mid Ohio feature race, as he does some actually quite entertaining burnouts. For Dash-Hound Racing, Kenzie Newhoff, second step on the podium for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Bob Woodhouse finished third there for NQR Europe with Rich Warmingham just missing out on a podium for XBR. I think I may have actually interpreted a race correctly, and I think he should have pitted when he couldn't quite get past Zhao right at the beginning of that race. David Burns finished fifth for Hydro Race Racing Forces with Simon Trendle in sixth for Team Chimera. Ryan Swayze in seventh. Tyler Newett finished eighth for BSTV with Brandon Dubois in ninth for NQR Europe. And Greg Carr in 10th for NQR. Jamie Wilson finished 11th for Team Chimera with Rob Venn finishing 12th for BSTV. Tony Klusterman finished 13th for NQR. 14th was Jeff Saunders for Trained Monkey Racing, the Whipsnade Bunch. Mikko Koitinen finished 15th for Team Bearpope. Eduardo Lorente, 16th. 17th was Ant Woodward for NQR Europe. Why has he finished that far down, Sam? Has he been penalised?
And yes,
Um,
most likely.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that crash he had on the last corner, he actually crashed before the start-finish line, so that could be it.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah, good point. Start-finish line is quite early, really, but yeah, if he's absolutely binned it and had to reset, then yeah, he's done. Arnulf Kohler finished 18th for Woolwich. Vincent Skilbeck 19th for Skilby Racing. João Valverde 20th for Racing Forces by iRace, and Stacey Boyd 21st for Nova Simsports. So 3 there that are technical DNFs, but they will score points because they turned more than 1 lap. And that's the rules for BSTV. So let's see who is queuing up. Seeing as you're in the booth, Vincent, you're gonna get a driver of the meeting vote, and you're not allowed to vote for yourself, and you're not allowed to vote for me or Sam because we didn't race.
Well, you can vote
So-
for me. I can register to the league, and you can vote for me, so I have a trophy at the
yeah.
end, and I will pick it
Yeah.
up when I go visit Pete in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, you get a vote. So be thinking about that, Vincent. We'll come
I
to that
will.
very shortly. Where am I? I don't think it's going to be Bram, is it? Right, let's bring in. Oh no, we're going to have to bring in Stephen Phillips first, aren't we? I know Simon Trundle sat there waiting, but he hasn't won a race. Where's the live booth? There it is. Evening to Stephen Phillips. How big is your grin?
Honestly, I've only just gotten out of the rig, and I haven't had time to like settle down. I'm still a bit of a sweaty mess, but yeah, that was awesome. That felt so good.
I bet it did. I have lost all sense of where you finished in the first race. I'm going to try and find out.
I think it was 6th.
6th, okay, which is still a very respectable finish. This is your second victory this season, isn't it?
No,
Is
it's
it?
my first this season. The last one came at Road Atlanta in the old cars. But this is my first one like on genuine pace and merit.
Yeah.
So I'm just over the moon. Because the last one I got lucky. When I think Alex and Simon, I think it was, came together and
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
So
race victories are race victories. Doesn't matter how you get them. But yeah, if you weren't listening to the broadcast, then you should know that I was absolutely fingers and everything crossed for you to win that one in your Dachshund powered car. People want to give up horses now for Dachshunds just on the basis of this finish. Why are you so comfortable in this car all of a sudden?
I don't know. I just click with it that little bit more. I feel like it's it makes more sense to me as far as like getting the power down, and being on the brakes. And not like I wasn't having fun in the old one, but this one just really suits my driving style a lot more. And it reminds me a lot of the older 911 Cup.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So and that one really clicked with me too. But yeah, today I knew I needed to get up quickly, and get past Bram and I think it was Richard. Were there 2 Richards in front of me? I don't remember.
Just the one, I think.
Bram and the other Racing Forces car. So I needed to get by them quickly. And then I started catching Richard, and the plan was to box as soon as he started slowing me down a little bit. So I think it was just the right combination of genuine pace and good strategy today.
Yeah, it was a good, well-controlled effort. Once you were out in front and you had, after the pit stops, and you had like 2 point something seconds, 2.1 seconds ahead of the cars behind you. I thought, ooh, there's some very fast guys, and Sam said the next 5 guys that are behind you are either race winners or
We're champions.
or champions, or easily could be. and I was like, well, we've got 13. I think was it 13 minutes, Sam? We were saying that he had to sweat it out for. It was something like that, wasn't it?
It was about 15 minutes, yeah.
15, right? Okay.
Yeah, and I
yeah,
was sweating.
it was. Yeah. You've done a really good job there to stay ahead. And Vincent, you've been in that position before, because I can remember. You know, when you're getting almost hunted down by the super fast guys, it's an intimidating situation, isn't it? You know, how do you get over it? You know, how do you stop yourself from succumbing to that pressure?
I think I just try not look in the mirror. Just focus forward. Only look at the relative, maybe every 2, maybe 3 laps. Just to make sure, just to check, see about where they are. But yeah, just full focus forward, just making sure
Yeah,
making no mistakes. Seems to work
yeah,
well
you
for me.
can't look at the relative. But this is one of those tracks where it's one of my favorites, and I get so in the zone, and I just go with the flow. So it's easy for me to just focus on the driving part and not worry about the guys behind.
No, that's really good. That is really good. Where are we next time out? I mentioned it at the start of the broadcast, and because I'm a dumbass, I've already forgotten where we're going.
I don't
we're
know. I
going.
don't know when.
I don't even
It's
remember you saying where we were next time.
really.
So yeah, I
You
mean,
were probably getting whiskey as well.
yeah, I will blame the whiskey. Okay.
Yeah. We're going to one of my favourite racetracks, and there's a funny story associated with it, which is Barber. I love Barber.
Oh,
It really is one of my favourite tracks in the iRacing service. I once finished in a V8 race second. I know. Everybody's gone silent because nobody can believe that I was
Well,
ever that high up a grid. There were more than 2
you've got
races
3
in the
winners
race, by
with
the
you
way.
in the booth. So I mean, yeah, I don't want to brag, but
And my self celebration was cut very, very short because I came home second to Nicole Foggy. Both of you will remember Nicole Foggy,
oh
right?
wow, yeah, Foggy's quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that should reflect my ability. But according to oh dear, I've forgotten what's his name. Oh dear, XVR driver should have been racing tonight. Where's he gone?
Johnny Brandon.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny Brandon.
Yep.
Easily forgotten. Not. He said the only reason I was there was because, and I didn't win, is because Nicole was racing baseline setup, and I was like, oh, well, that's just taken all of the thunder from my sails
He's
there,
racing
hasn't
with
it?
one hand behind his back.
Yeah, totally right. I gave him a weight penalty for the next race, but no, I didn't. Not really. But yeah, it's Barber next time out. How's your Barber racing going, Stephen?
You know, I like Barber. I think it's a little. It's similar to Mid Ohio. Maybe it's a bit faster than Mid Ohio, but you know, it's one of those where it's high commitment, but you also have to be patient with the flow of the track again, and the elevation, and being mindful to not spin yourself up on all the elevation, and then just turning in and letting the car sit there for a little bit. You know, not using up the tire too much.
Yeah. Because I mean, Vincent, you were saying that using the tires is almost as well what you don't want to do at all. You get 3 laps of good racing out of them. You said.
Yeah, if you maybe the tires at the start, we can get into last that 5-6 laps. But if you're pushing them hard, you only get really 2-3 laps of good pace, and then they drop off quite a bit.
Cool. Anybody you want to shout out to, Stephen, before we let you go and drink yourself into complete delirium for your race victory?
You guys for putting this on. The league members for showing up today. Simability for allowing us to do this as well. And yeah, I think that's about it today.
Awesome. In that case, we'll go and let you, recover tomorrow from the alcohol celebration of today for your victory here at Mid Ohio. Stephen Phillips, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Awesome stuff. Right. Remind me, who won the first one? Was that Kenzie? No, it wasn't Kenzie. Yeah, it was Kenzie.
I think it
Who won the
was.
first one?
No.
Yeah, he's
it
not in the
wasn't.
booth to be spoken. Who was it?
It was Simon.
It was Simon. Simon win, did he? Oh dear.
Ooh.
How long ago was it? Was it 3 days ago? Is that how long? How my
About
memory
50
has
minutes
managed to...
ago.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, keep reminding me. So welcome to the booth. Race winner Simon Treadle.
Hello, Pete again. Been a long time.
Hello. It's it's not been very long since we spoke last. Welcome to the booth, and race one. And forever racing with Kenzie Newhoff. It was a proper ding dong battle.
I mean, as ding dong as it can be around Mid Ohio, because it's just a procession around here. There really isn't a way to get alongside anyone unless they make a significant mistake. And to be honest, I jumped into the car yesterday for the first time.
Nobody needs to hear that. Nobody needs to hear that.
Was finding it difficult, and then came back to it today and was like back on the same pace as yesterday, but realised that I'm, whenever I set a lap, I'm within like a tenth of my optimal. I'm just not finding any faster sectors.
Doesn't that mean you're at your peak? Is that right?
Yeah, that's just I'm so close to it that there just isn't anything to find. Normally, I have like 3-4 attempts that I make good sectors that I can then chase, but there was just nothing, and I was so confused. I thought that either means that I'm going to be way off the pace or I'm going to be on the pace. And it turns out it was the second one, thank God, because otherwise it would have been an even worse day because I hate this track.
Whoa, right, okay, strong words.
Jamie will attest to how much I dislike Mid Ohio as a circuit. But yeah, I mean, once I got into the lead, it was a case of I know Kenzie can't make even a small dive on me, as long as I don't make any mistakes. And I'm not making mistakes because the car's just doing. It's like the car's on. It is like a slot car, but you're trying to go too fast around the corners. You're getting the tail out. It's a bit like that.
Yeah.
The front end is going around the corners, and as long as you slow it down enough, the front will go where you want it to go. The rear end is a different matter, as it always is in this car. But yeah, the front end goes around the corners, and you set the lap times. The tyres wear, but the time doesn't drop off. It's just the weirdest track in the world around here, and and as you saw, everyone just followed the leader. Really, I mean, I got a bit of a gap on Kenzie, and then he sort of closed it back up towards the end as I sort of. I wasn't backing off, but probably starting to creep in a few mistakes. So
yeah,
and then race 2 was just wherever you come out the pits is where you finish.
Apart
from my move on Tyler, which I was very happy with, but that was literally given to me by the fact that firstly he got held up on the previous corner, and I had the draft of the car in front of him going down half the straight. So. And it did involve quite a cheeky dive that Tyler had to cooperate with me on, but I knew he would. So,
well, the first race, it was a bit of a ding dong battle at the start until the four of you right at the front kind of settled yourselves into nearly a 1 second gap between each of you. You'll not be surprised to know that most of the footage was from all the battles that Jamie was in further back. Second race,
it doesn't on purpose, I swear.
Second race, you were much more on vogue, as it were. Even if you didn't finish right at the front, because that group you were in was quite dynamic. Kenzie managed to make his way forward quite well. Was that pit stop strategy, or was that
he pitted one lap earlier than you could to get to the end without fuel saving? So he had to fuel save, and then the lap he went in as well. There was a bit of a kerfuffle going around the last corner, which slowed everyone behind him down. So he got a 3-4 second gap when we all came out the pits the next lap, which he was able to use to bleed fuel, save it, fall back towards us, and then sort of hold us all up, so to speak.
Oh well,
not
tactics
too much.
Tactics, really, aren't they?
Exactly, it worked. It's I begrudge him for it, but there we go.
And Vincent, do you want? Is it just that you want to know what he's fueling his car with? It might be it might be aviation fuel. He's fast, isn't he, Simon?
Yeah. I still don't know how he does it. But it's good. It's good to kind of measure myself off of Simon just to see about where I am. If I can get within a second of Simon's times, I think I'm pretty happy. But I think I know how he's doing the fuel save. But I might just keep that one.
Okay. We'll wait and see if you can do that in one of the races towards the end of this season.
My tyres took longer than my fuel.
Yeah.
Dear, that's funny. So you've already got your hands on my wood already, haven't you?
Yep, I'm taking the lead out of it now, so it's fine.
Oh, jeez, that out of context is really, really bad.
Absolutely. Absolutely, that's why it's there. That's why I had the trophies made of wood. But anyway, what do you feel your chances are of getting your hands on a second of my wood?
I'm not anywhere near Kenzie, am I? He's got another gap, and there's only like 3 rounds
Hang
left.
on, wait a minute. Let me go and have a quick look. So before this
I'm pretty-
round,
I
I'm pretty
just
sure
thinking
he's a far more better rounds than I have.
so we're in the round one. You've got
13, 24 to 12, 43.
Yeah, so about 80 points is your deficit from him.
Is that drop weeks?
Yeah,
that's inclusive. Yeah. As Vincent
He'll
said,
pull on me
it's,
this week because obviously he's done better in the feature, which gives better points. But
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
unless I win every race here from on to the end of the season, as long as Kenzie's close by me and doesn't have any bad rounds, he's pretty much sealed that, I'd say.
All right. Okay. So you heard it here first, folks. All Simon's got to do is win every race. So dead easy for Simon. We've seen him do it before.
You've got
Challenge
Mosport on the
accepted.
calendar. I don't like Mosport. And we've got Barber. I'm not confident about Barber. And Interlagos. That'd be a fun round for the Inter.
Yeah. Jose Carlos pace will be very, very good for you, I'm sure. So, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your race victory in the sprint race tonight?
Yeah, you guys for the broadcast. Stephen for his win in race 2, which was well handled. Having probably watching us in the mirror fall over each other and going, thank God they're not right up my backside. And Jed, someone who participates in the league and makes it fun.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we will look forward to seeing you at Barber, whenever that is. It's not that far away, I don't think. Next time out. Simon Trundle, everybody.
See ya.
He is remarkably fast. It's, eye-watering stuff to see him going as fast as he does. Right, let's have a look. Who are we going to go for next? We'll go Bob Woodhouse, shall we? Let's find him. He's somewhere in here. Where's the booth? There's the booth. Good evening to Bob Woodhouse.
Hello there, guys.
Hello. So, race 1 was a 4th place. And Mr. Consistency that you are, race 2 was ever so slightly better. Podium finish, 3rd place. And in terms of championship, Bob Woodhouse. I don't normally look that far down for you. 5th place. You've got a lot to do to get onto the podium to finish the season. You're 200 points behind nearly. No, 150 points behind. 150 points. But a good night's racing. You seem to get on well here at Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, it's gone quite well this season. Last time we were here, I was running around at the back contemplating giving up, and then a few seasons later, I've managed to move myself forward a bit. So it's gone pretty well tonight. I felt I had quite good race pace as it goes. I think in the back end of that race, I was behind Kenzie, and we were little by little closing Stephen down. And then Rich came out of the pits on fresh tyres, and it was like all hell broke loose in front with Kenzie and Rich. They were, Richard was determined to get past Kenzie here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, and in the end, he kind of gave Stephen the win by making himself a nuisance, if that makes sense. Because as I was saying to Sam at the time, the more you fight, the slower you go, really.
Yeah. I think if Richard had got out in front of Kenzie or a little bit of a gap behind, I think we'd have kept on chipping away and we would have closed him down. But the way it played out, that it wasn't meant to be tonight. But no, I'm quite happy with my pace at the end there. I mean, in the first race, I felt I was just losing touch with the guys, but I changed my approach in the final sector. Around that long right-hander that's closing the lap, and I was able to then just stay in the tow with the guys in front and just take it easy, look after my stuff, and the pace continued. So I just took that approach for the second race, and it went well.
No, I mean it's a good advocation for that metronomic rhythm, and don't do anything stupid, and keep the car underneath you. Vincent, you must have seen Bob's like improvement over the years, because you've driven with us for, is it like 30 or 40 years now, minimum. It's a success story, isn't it? Because Bob's like, he was reasonably good, but you know, his speed and reliability has improved massively over the many seasons he's been with us, right?
Yeah. Since I started, yeah, but Rob was mid pack about.
Yeah.
I was still a bit faster than him. But yeah, as the years have gone on, I've seen those NQI cars get just that little bit faster, a little bit faster. But yeah, these last 2 seasons, yeah, he's done very well. I don't know what he's changed, but yeah, the pace has been right on point. It's good to see.
Yeah, I heard he was wringing out the sweatbands of Simon Trendle and just drinking it, just to try and get any kind of influence off Simon Trendle. But yeah, it is a good news story. We go to Barber next. How'd you go around Barber, Bob?
It's been a while. It's a track again that I quite like it, but I don't think I've historically gone well there. So, but I think I've only run it once. I don't think we've been there twice since I've been driving. So yeah, I do like it.
Let's see, between Sam, Bob, and Vincent, when you get to the end of the Barber lap, there is a bit where you go through a chicane. You go kind of down into the chicane and up out of it, and it goes round to the right forever. Do any of the three of you, know which line you're supposed to take round that right-hand turn that goes on forever before you get to the pit lane entry little slip? It's a bit similar to Mid-Ohio, actually, in the fact that you leave the track left-hand side on the middle of a turn. Because I've done 6,000 different lines around that right-hand turn, and I can confidently say all of them have been wrong. So which is the right line through that turn?
Well, I don't know, because I think I've just about figured out Mid-Ohio. So yeah, we'll see. Probably halfway through the feature race at Barber, I'll hopefully be halfway to figuring it out.
Okay, Vincent, any idea which is the right line to take through that right-hander that goes on forever?
I'd probably say pretty similar to the last corner here.
Right.
Hold that tight line, and then use a little bit of the curb. But I think from memory, it's just grass on that right side.
It is, yeah.
So
I know it well.
If you get those tires into that grass, I think you're going for a spin.
Yeah, sponsored by John Deere.
I think there's also a dip in the last corner too. From memory,
There is.
That likes to get the cars excited. So that will be very interesting.
It will be good. Sam, any idea which is the right line through that last turn?
On the black stuff?
Right, there's a very generic answer, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Note to self, don't ask Sam ever again. I was once told by a lesser-known driver called Tony Kloosterman that you should stay to the right-hand side all the way through it. And that is the only reason I was so successful in that race that I came second in. Thank you, Johnny Brandon, for ruining that for me. Anyone you want to say? Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go, Bob?
Yeah, all the guys that have turned up tonight. I know some people had some bad luck tonight, but you know these things happen, and hope they all return. Because yeah, it was a good strong grid, and when you looked at the timings, you know, through qualifying, I think the first, was it 14, 16 people within a second. You know, when you're at a track and it's as tight as that, and it's a tight track, you know, things are going to happen. So yeah, but everyone that turned up tonight, it was a good event. Yeah, all the guys in the team and everyone for, you know, that's putting all the effort in and making everybody faster.
Awesome
And yeah,
stuff.
you guys for putting on the broadcast, and Simability for sponsoring the league.
Great stuff. Well said. And we will see you at Barber trying to figure out that last main right-hander.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Oh dear. Bob, what else, everybody?
See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Oh dear, it's fun, isn't it? Right, I'm not going to bring in Bram because he's busy sharing his screen at the minute. We've only got time for one more anyway. We've hit 9 o'clock GMT plus 1, British summertime as it's also known. So we're going to bring in Woody, good evening.
Yeah, evening. How are we?
Yeah, we're not bad. And Woodward in the booth, for those of you that don't know who Woody is. So,
Been a while.
yeah. Race 1. What did you do in race 1? You did
Nothing.
oh, hang on. Just a minute. I've got a page down a few times here. 15th. Yeah, you're on page 6.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Now, at one point, you were doing all right, and then you started, obviously, I know it was a strategy, moving backwards. And, yeah, it didn't work, mate.
Yeah, this place is punishing. It's psychologically
Yeah.
punishing as well. It puts your morale on the floor and everything. But I actually had a really good, fun race 2. But yeah, race 1 was just, I was like, first time in a while, I don't want to do 40 minutes of this. Because
Really?
going backwards is, it's pretty grim, isn't it? But race 2 is grand,
Yeah,
so
race 2 is much better for you.
I feel like I learnt the track by then.
Ah, right, okay.
A bit more, maybe. I don't know. It just
No, I
felt
think
like it
that's
was
great.
going better.
Mhm.
But yeah, pretty disastrous season all around, really, so far. I just thought I'd come in to welcome you back.
Oh, right, thank you very much. I know that you're now my favourite driver from what you said in the chat. Yeah, you're in a lowly. Oh no, I'm in the wrong bit at the minute. That's the Safe Driver Award. You're quite low on that one. I just thought I'd say, where are you in the standings at the minute? Funnily enough, 16th.
Better
But
than I thought.
Yeah, you'll move a lot more. You'll move upwards quite a lot after tonight's race, because I think you'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you might move forward 5 places on the basis of tonight's result.
Well, I don't know what happened with the race 2 result, because I hit the wall and went over the incident point, so I actually technically finished with a black flag penalty.
You did, and that means you'll be penalised.
17th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
17th. You've been smite down by the iRacing gods.
I don't care. It was fun.
Good. Because it's happening anyway. But yeah, we result off whatever iRacing says is the result. So if you carried a black flag over the line, whether that be for speeding in the pit lane, whether it's you're over the incident point without mullering your car into the wall, whatever it is, you end up getting whatever iRacing says. It's the only fair way to do that. So
that's fair enough. It's happened a few times before, I think. But I thought what I didn't know was whether I'd hit the wall after the line or before the line. Obviously, it must have been before the line, I guess. But
yes, yeah.
But it still gives you points, though, doesn't it? Until everyone's crossed the line. So I suppose I would have been.
It does.
Yeah, I would have been stuffed anyway. I shouldn't have floored it. I knew it was going. I thought, this last lap, I don't care. And floored it.
No, it's the right thing to do. We're racing.
I'm here for entertainment at this point.
Well, yeah, the wrong thing to do is to generate the 14 points preceding that one, and you'd have been all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've got a question.
Oh dear. Right, go on.
Did you see some of the overtakes, particularly Jamie around the outside of Jamie?
Yes, we were watching that for a while, weren't we, Sam? That was good stuff.
I'm just curious how you called that, Pete.
Sorry?
I'm just curious how you called that. I'm just wondering how you spun that. Were you ants going defensive?
You'll have to
Jamie's reversing past him.
No, but now you've given me that line. I'm using it because that's brilliant. I'm having that. But no, it was, you were side by side for 2 laps at the same place.
We went 3 wide at one point. I don't know if it was Vince.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Wow, that worked out though.
I was sitting right behind you guys, just watching you guys. I'm like, oh, I could take advantage of this.
Yeah, it worked out. As far as I know, someone may have suffered, but it wasn't me.
No, I do remember it now because I remember Sam saying, "Look at Vincent coming at him." Yeah, it was going through the S's, wasn't it? Before you get anywhere to Thunder Valley, just outside of China Beach. No, it was good. It was really good. That's why we watched this for that kind of door-to-door racing. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice for Barber?
Oh, just the commentators, especially the ones that vote on driver of the meeting. I think they
Oh,
shouldn't think about results too much, more entertainment. And no, just the team. Everyone's doing great, and everyone for turning up every week.
Awesome stuff.
Stacey Jack Evie, obviously, as well.
Oh yeah. Get them in quick. Yeah, absolutely. It's good that they let you race. It has to be said. So yeah, we will look forward to seeing you racing. Hopefully going in a forward kind of trajectory. Next
You
time.
never know.
I'm making an action with my hand. You can't see it because it's I've got a face for radio. But yeah, it's we hope you're going forward next time. Ant Woodward, everybody.
Cheers, boys. Welcome back, Pete.
Cheers. Right. Okay. That's the end of the interviews because we're gone 9 o'clock in the UK, which means I turn into a pumpkin. So you can only imagine what I look like right now. We've got difficult decisions to make right now. We've got to select a driver of the meeting. So I'm going to do you a little rundown. Stephen Phillips, remarkable result. A race victory. They're not easy to come by if your name isn't Newoff, Warmingham, Trendle, Brandon, Kloosterman, and a few others. You've got a few victories to your name, haven't you, Vincent?
I think we've got a couple, yeah.
Yeah. I think one was rather more recent than even you realise. But yeah, even getting a podium finish here is good. So we'll talk about. Simon Trendle, I feel could have been more north in the standings. Even though he did finish at the top of the sprint race, he's 6th in the second race. I think there's could do better statement to go with that. Kenzie's done well in both races, getting a second in both. That could be called out easily. Bob's done well to get a podium. David Burns has done very well in the first race to get a podium there. I mean, he's a fast driver, but he's 3.9k fighting around the 6 and 7s. So he's doing solid work. Ryan Swayze's done all right in the first race and in the second. Ryan got a 7th in both races. Mr. Consistency, that's him tonight. And then anybody in the developing world? No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to go utterly selfish. Thanks for changing the camera to Stephen Phillips immediately when I said that, Sam. It's
It was
almost like
already
you
on
knew what I
him.
was.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, was it really?
Before
I'm
you
going to
go,
vote. Go on.
are you doing the points on the website or am I doing them?
I will do the points on the website.
Okay, good.
It means you can get away, or we can both go and play Hell Let Loose after this race. It's up to you. It depends how tired you are.
That's not what I was asking. We'll sort that out, but go ahead.
Yeah. Brilliant. I'm going to vote for Stephen Phillips because a race victory like that, I don't think can be ignored. That was very calmly done, and I know that I would have fallen to pieces long before he didn't. He stayed very much in control of his composure. And showed how you should finish a race once you get a little bit of a lead. Let everybody do their own thing behind you, and you do your thing in front. So, maturity-wise, he has got my vote for this evening. Right, I'm going to move on to Vincent. You don't normally get to do this, but you can now take out your either revenge or you can celebrate the performance of a driver that you thought tonight has done a brilliant result. So let's see. Where are you going to plant your flag? You can vote for the same as me, just in case you were wondering if you could.
No, I'm going with Rob for this one, for Mr. Woodhouse. Just
Okay.
with the consistent finishes with the P3 and the P4 or 5 that he had. Yeah. Mr. Consistent tonight, I think.
Right, a very good vote. And, a richly rewarded vote there because you're right, he has been a solid performer this evening. Right, Sam, feel free to vote the same as one of us or pick your own victim.
I'm gonna agree with one of you.
Ooh.
Which one? That's the one you're gonna guess.
I reckon you're going to go Stephen.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Stevens. Good point. Yeah, I think race 2 was a blast for him. Strategy wise, it was awesome, and he managed to keep his calm, stay ahead of everybody. Could have gone with Kenji, could have gone with Rob, but I think, yeah, Steve is good.
Awesome stuff. Well, in that case, Vincent's vote has moved Bob up to 4th in that, or joint 2nd, really, in that standing. And our votes have promoted Stephen to joint 1st with David Burns. So that is hotting up. Vincent, you've got a little way to go before you can win that one. You need 600 votes. Only kidding. Only kidding. Really appreciate you staying in the booth with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, safe driver wise, you're nowhere near that either, if that helps.
No, it's the other one that I'm aiming for actually.
Right, okay, cool. Where are you in that? Safe driver.
Mm-hmm. Probably a long way down the list.
I mean, you're ahead in the Forever Forward. Well, you were before the run. so...
Forever Forward, you were destroying everybody. Forever Forward, you had 57 overtakes.
I think I'm still going to be leading that after tonight because I don't think Kenzie gained 10 spots.
No, he didn't. No, definitely not.
No, he did not gain any in first race and 7 in the second one, so you're probably still ahead, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to cost me about 50 quid to send you that certificate for having the Forever Forward Award. You know, Australia's a long way to send something.
Well, you know what, Pete? We're gonna go to Bathurst 1000 this summer for them in Australia, and we're gonna hand him the trophy. Well, the certificate in hand.
Yeah. We can send it while you're in Australia, one of the other.
Yeah. Dear. I think the flight to Australia is a little more expensive than the stamp it
just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll have the fun of the Bathurst 1000, you know.
Yeah, true enough. True enough. Oh dear. Funny
You're paying
stuff.
for it, by the way.
I'm sure I am. Yeah. Right now.
Good.
But yeah. Thanks for staying with us, Vincent. It's been a hoot. Anytime you want to do this, you're more than welcome. It's been great. Thank you for that. Thank you, Sam, for doing all the cameras. No thanks to me for getting everything wrong. Thanks to everybody that watched this evening. You know, the chat was pretty good, and without the chat, it becomes a lot more boring for us. Still watching Nikolai, busy taking the piss out of Ant Woodward on the chat. Always a hoot. But yeah, it's been a great race here at Mid-Ohio, and Barber's very similar, so join us for that in a few weeks' time. Stay safe, everybody. Thanks to all the drivers, and we will see you hopefully in very good health as we see the door banging going on with Vincent and Ant Woodward. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of argy-bargy, a bit of paint scraping there. Always good. Next time out. Thanks, everybody, and I'll hand you over to Vincent for his goodbyes.
Yeah, thanks everyone for turning up. It's been fun, and if I do manage to be out of the race super early, I will come back and join in the booth. But yeah, and thanks to you guys for the broadcast. And I'll see everyone at the next round.
Awesome. You can join us every time you want, but I would rather see you on track, though. You know.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, and thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time.